Morning. Next phase. All plants are in, as we've already said. I still got a lot of work to do in there, but it's a nice morning. -5, -6 last night, I think. So it's a little frozen. So we're going to start on some preparation work. So we have an ash tree here. It's not a big one, but unfortunately it's leaning the wrong way. And it's right on the edge of what's going to be our new ornamental vegetable garden. So we figure, right, it's good time now. Let's get this one down, out the way, get a bit of tidying up done. The greenhouse actually eventually is going to go right in front of it. And it's exciting because it's the start of a new phase. Like I say, it's going to be the ornamental garden and vegetable gardens all going to be combined. So yeah, let's get started, get this one cut down, chopped up, out the way, and then we'll move on from there. Up the ladder we go. I'm only going to go up so far. I'm okay to a degree with heights, but let's get this up as far as I can reach. Get the rope around, and then I can get it tightened up with the tractor.
Okay. I wonder what that's for. Well, you're just going to have to wait and see.
Still far enough. Ooh, I must have lost some weight since I put them on last.
I thought you had a jacket on.
No, I lost weight. I hate these things. They're so uncomfortable, but you're silly. Oh, it's silly not to wear them.
And why do we wear chaps?
And we wear them just in case I get stupid and forget what I'm doing with the chainsaw and I end up slipping, or it jumps out of somewhere and it hits my leg. The chaps, actually, the material in these things actually will almost instantly stop the blade of the chain from turning. It just fouls up the chain. So yeah, as uncomfortable as I find them, definitely should be wearing them.
Your wife would not let you do it without them.
No, I wouldn't want to be doing it without, to be honest. But they just never, they want to go around here all the time instead of staying where I want them. But these are better than the yellow ones I had on, because at least these look like I've been doing some work.
Hey, the yellow ones were mine.
I know they were. Let's give the chainsaw a kick, see if it'll work. Oh, come on. Don't you love chainsaws? this one cut up now, get rid of it. And like I said, start the veggie ornamental garden. Nearly 30 feet clear to the first fork. And
Dead
yeah,
ash.
not too much top to get rid of.
Definitely dead now.
Oh, he's dead now. Oh, my pink boots. Nice, aren't they?
Gary's been spraying again.
I love the marker paint. I really do.
A man in contemplation.
Oh God, she caught me doing nothing. I look like one of those, yeah, you know, the ones that lean on shovels an awful lot, that don't ever seem to be doing any work. Anyway, I digress again, as usual. Tunnel number 2. Sorry, just had an interruption going up the road. Graders out there making a mess. You don't have that in the UK, I know that, but here we do. They wait until just before we get a load of frost and crappy weather, and they come out and regrade the road and then flatten it, kind of. And then when it freezes and thaws, we end up all driving around in 2 inches of mush.
Gary, what did we just talk about? Where you were going to stick to the actual project in question?
Oh, in hand?
Mm-hmm.
I can help it. Can't help myself.
Oh, grumpy Gary.
Yeah, grumpy Gary. It makes a mess of the bloody vehicles.
Okay, Gary, can we get back to the tunnel?
Yeah, all right. Anyway, 16 by 48. Was going to do 52, but it meant digging out quite a bit extra at the far end, and we're already quite deep into the grade. So we settled on 16 feet wide, 48 feet long. It'll be roughly about the same height as the one we've already got. It's going to foam board sides. So we already showed you the foam board stuff. That'll be dug into the ground probably about 10 to 15 inches, which helps, or actually does prevent the frost driving in at ground level, and also it stops any water penetration as well. And because this is going to be a long-term prop tunnel, I don't want water flooding in underneath the boards or underneath the foam board. So we won't have that issue in here. So we've slightly elevated it. We've used the soil that I dug out, regraded it, and I don't know what we've gained. We've probably gained maybe 4 or 5 inches of height. And it's level. It's flat. It's not level. I'm not worried about level. So at the end of the day, it's a polytunnel. So it's nice and flat. So I didn't, and I mean, I'll admit I did not do this. I dug it all out, and then my neighbour came down with his skid steer, and
It's so nice of him.
yeah, really nice. And he flattened it out in about, I don't know, 10 minutes. It would have taken me God knows how long, and it does make a really nice job. So yeah, that's where we are with that. I'm now planning and praying that I get the ground tubes and the foam board this week, because we do have winter finally arriving, apparently, according to the weather forecast, next week. So I'd love to get the ground tubes in, the foam board dug in, and then even in the middle of winter, if we get a bit of warmer weather, I can still go on and put the hoops and stuff up. So yeah, that's where we are with that one. It's all ready to go. We'll go with ish.
Pretty is not something I would call you.
Okay, respectable. No, yeah, okay. Potatoes. We did these months and months and months ago.
I will put up the episode that we actually put these seed potatoes in
pots.
Mm-hmm.
And we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've still got 5 pots left. So, and I don't bother knocking them out, storing them. I'll take them straight out of the pots when we're ready for them. So apparently Julie wants some potatoes. So I'm just gonna get out the weeds. Now this was this was rotted horse manure, and they do really well in this. Get rid of all the junk on the top because I don't need that. Now with this, I won't throw this away. I'm actually going to plant some garlic in it. So again, no point wasting it. So let's see what we've got here. And again, I'm not going to knock the whole pot out. We don't want the whole pot. Julie doesn't need the whole pot full of potatoes all at once. So we'll just knock out enough for a couple of meals. And then when we're ready, I'll come out and get some more. Let me get a pot. Well, let's see what we've got. Like I said, I'm just going to literally just take these off the top. Now, they're not huge, and we don't want huge, monstrous, great potatoes. This is a nice size.
I just love the fact we're still harvesting potatoes months later.
And then
I haven't bought a bag of potatoes from the grocery store since last year.
Yep. So there we go. I'm not going to do any more. So that's a couple of layers off the top. Nice and fresh. No damage on them. No slug damage, no eelworm damage.
And it keeps them really nice. I can't keep them in the house for this length of time.
Exactly. So they look really good. So yeah, so that'll do us for a meal or two. And then I'll just leave this as it is. Leave compost on there. These obviously are in the polytunnel. They don't freeze very much. They do a little bit of frost on the top, but again, it's not going to hurt them. So yeah, so that's a catch up on them. So the soil that's left from all that potatoes is actually on another new little potting bench I've made, just for someone to work.
In the sunshine.
In the sunshine, it's actually quite nice. So again, this is a mix of the old potato compost. There's some, what else is in it? Oh, a few old pots I knocked out with some bits and pieces that had died in them. So that goes in here as well. And at the end of the day, it's just for garlic. I am going to put a bit of the old cow manure. So this I bought in from our pile about 3 weeks ago. So it's drying off a little bit.
Yes, we remember that episode, Gary.
Yeah. We'll do a child-friendly one this time. We'll call it manure. It's not. It's something else. But we'll call it manure. So I'm just going to put a shovel load in the bottom of each pot. That's all I'm going to do. And yeah, I bought this in specifically so it doesn't freeze up over the winter, and so I've got access to it, because we're going to be sowing some of our winter salads in the next week or so. So yeah, a bit of good old cow poop. Still quite wet.
Now you're not adding any grit to this compost because you're putting it into pots where you can regulate your watering. But if you were doing garlic in the ground,
garlic don't like heavy clay. So if you've got heavy clay, you want a bit of some extra drainage in, some gravel. Try and work some fibre into it as well. Compost. Wood chips actually do work, but you've got to bear in mind with wood chips, it does open up the soil, open up the compost, but it will actually use a lot of the nitrogen up. So you have to be careful with that. But this has got quite a lot of sand in it from the original manure, which was horse manure, which then they were bedded on sand and sawdust. So I don't need to put any extra in. So that's pretty well where it is. My garlic is here. I'm just going to put 6 cloves in a pot. I don't want
pointy end up.
Pointy end up. Yeah, pointy end up. So it's going to go around like that, and then I'm going to plonk one in the middle. That's about it. And then.
And how much do you put on top?
I'm going to try and put probably a couple of inches. And if you are planting garlic in a heavier soil, don't cover them quite so deep. But I have no worries about that. And then the other rule of thumb is time of year for planting. Really, you want to try and give yourself at least 4 to 6 weeks before freeze up. So certainly here in Ontario, you want to get your garlic in 4 to 6 weeks before everything freezes solid. A bit of frost is not going to hurt.
And this is obviously outside.
This is outside out in the ground. Exactly. Yes. In the UK and obviously other areas, just look at when you're frost. If you may not even get it. When everything freezes up. That's basically it, because once everything freezes up solid, they're not going to put any roots on. So now these, obviously they're in the polytunnel. It will freeze in here eventually when we get some really cold weather, but these things now are going to get probably at least a couple months of warmer, non-freeze solid. I don't know if that's a term to use. The compost isn't going to freeze solid in here, so these will get a good period now to put some roots down, and then as soon as I can in the spring, depending on the weather, I will get them outside, but they'll spend the whole winter in here. So yeah, so that's garlic. And again, we're reusing the old compost. I see so many people say, oh, can I use my old compost from my annuals, from my bedding? Yeah, of course you can. Don't throw it away. Reuse it. Reuse it in things that really don't care. Or you can use it as a top dressing on your flower beds outside. It works really well for that as well. So yeah, so that's potatoes, garlic, polytunnel. Geez, lots of stuff.
I think that's it.
That's it. Oh, and then I got a tree to finish off.